Well, good morning, folks. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to the edition. Welcome to the show. Let's have you share the show, please. As you join us, let's share the show. Share the show, guys. We have a lot to talk about. Let's share the show, please. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. Help us to share the show. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, a lot of things going on. But let's share the show. Alvin Dennis, good afternoon to you. My man, tell us where you're following us from. Let's share the show, guys. Um, let's share the show. Just a lot to cover. A lot of, I don't want to say breaking news, but a lot of information has come out over the last 24 hours. A lot of things seem to have happened. And so we want to get into it. We want to get into the conversation here. So let's share the show, please. Share the show. Help us to share the show. Let's invite someone. Let's share the show. We'll be joined here by Sekou momentarily. We will be joined by Sekou and the rest of the crew. Let us know where you're watching us from. Okay, Alvin Dennis watching us from Minnesota. Alvin, all right, good. Following from Accra, Ghana, Barra Rule. All right, that's what's up. Guys, you come on, let us know where you are inviting us from. Yes, Willie, that's an interesting and intriguing question. Um, very, very interesting and intriguing question. We'll try to navigate this question today. And at some point, if we don't end the conversation, we'll definitely uh, square it up into tomorrow, as you guys are already aware. But let's share the show. Clement, my man, what's up? What's up, Chief? What's up, Mr. President? What's going on, bro? Good man, Clement, good man. Um, Buster is watching us from Florida. Yeah, Clement, I need to show in Vegas to visit with you. Joseph Canto, finally SKTV and on now. I've been anticipating the show all day today. My man, where you watching us from? Did I anticipating thing there? You speaking so much people book. Okay, watching from what? San North West China. Okay, you're watching us from China. Standing. Where is CH? What does that mean? It could stand for church. It could stand for anything. What does that really mean? Watching from Spain, Barcelona. Please let us know what the abbreviation means, please. We would appreciate that, my brother. But let's share the show, guys. Um, a lot of things are happening. Elizabeth Bywan, welcome to the show. But let's share the show, guys. We got to get it, guys, from Liberia. There are a lot of things happening. We got to get it, guys, from Liberia here really quick. We also Chiron Gawe from India. Come on, man, from Iowa in the building. Come on, man. What's going on, Chief? You're the common people, then you're the masses. You mass leader too, or what? Mass leader, no problem. If you mass leader, let us know. Okay. It's 2 a.m. in China. Okay, standing, my man. Thank you for staying up to follow us. It's good. T. Curtis watching us from Liberia. Okay. T. Curtis, if you're in Liberia, that's good to know. Greet out, please, if you can. That would be highly appreciated. Greet out people for us. Okay. But let us know where you're watching us from, though. Is that Valerie Sweetie Sharif? Valerie Sweetie Sharif. Thank you for following us on SKTV. Guys, let's share the show, please. Like I said, a lot of things to discuss here. So let's share the show and invite other people as we make audience here. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. You will not die if you share the show. Trust me, Yolanda. Give me a second. I'm in the middle of something here. I'm doing something really quick, so that's why you might. I'm sending something out. The login information. I mistakenly forgot to send it out earlier to Melbourne Kula, so I have to make sure I get it sent out. So let's share the show, guys. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. You are not when you share the show, we can know. When you share the show, we can know. Please let us know where you're watching us from. Yeah, you're not diving. Let us know. Trust me, you're not that. Let us know where you're watching us from as you come on. Okay, Mohammed VCC watching us from Harper City. My man, when I come to Harper City, my man. When I come to Harper City, I want a real pampoto with tabadu in it. Don't check it. I beg you. I want my tabadu. Real pampoto. Yes, Marco Tippison, we need to compare no brother. Brother, I wrong you. I wrong you. I wrong you. I wrong you. I wrong you, Chief. Me and that beat with me. I wrong you. I abandon the struggle. I will call you so we can talk. I abandon the struggle. You even need to write much. I abandon the struggle. I take full responsibility, brother. I will call you. I'm very, 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 very sorry. Very sorry. It's overdue. I'll make sure I check in with your office, figure out your appointment, your schedule, because we got long talk, big talk, and we're going to discuss it on Facebook for security reasons. A family talk, so we got to make sure we're talking. But let's share the show, guys. Interesting things are happening. I know many of you have reached out. You tried reaching out yesterday. This whole uh, allergy, whatever it is that's going on, is messing with us, all of us. It's serious. It's messing with us. You can't catch your breath. Sometimes it's ridiculous. But here we are here. We are grateful to be alive. We're here. We're working on it. I haven't been too well with the allergy thing. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, especially this year. I'm not sure what's really going on, but it's ridiculous. But let's share the show, guys. A lot of interesting things to talk about. Let's share the show. Today, Uber. Yes, Samira Price. I look super. Thank you. Thank you there. Thank you. Today, Uber. Tomorrow again, we in my face, girl. Oh, nobody nothing. But anyways, yeah, that's true, Monk. That the changing weather. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, the changing weather. The allergy is just too much. Just before I could get on the show again, I had to be sneezing like crazy. Like, what's going on? But hey, we are here. We're grateful to be here. Sekou should be joining us any moment from now. The guys from Liberia should be joining us. We even get to other news. We got to greet you now. We got to greet our people. We got to make sure we tell our people then what's up. We got to tell the stakeholder there, the sustainable stakeholder there, and the foundational stakeholder. We got to greet everybody. We got to greet everybody. Let me see. Some of you asking for the topic. The topic right on top there. The topic right on top there. What do Liberians really want? That is the topic. What do we as Liberians really, 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 really want? What do we really, really want? That's the topic. What do Liberians really want? That is the topic. And that's what we're going to be discussing. What do Liberians really want? As you guys already know, I love storytelling. As one of my favorite reporters would always do, Rachel Maddow. So I love storytelling. So I tell stories. I tell stories when I'm getting involved with these conversations. I do tell stories. So we'll start out with stories today. But before we get, okay, Abel, I'm watching from Philadelphia, all right. Jackson said, good afternoon, Steve. I'm watching you. I'm watching and sharing from Port Harcourt, Rhode Island. Okay. 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 Port Harcourt, Rhode Island. I've been there a couple of times. Port Harcourt, Rhode Island. One of my favorite things about Rhode Island is the seafood. Oh my goodness, they got some really, really good food in Rhode Island. The seafood. I've been to a couple of the restaurants in Rhode Island. And the job of the burger, I went up by myself. Nobody's too big yet. Because I know some noise because they will be asking you who go to the restaurant, what's going on. I went up by myself. I'm grown, so I went up by myself. So let's clear out of time. Clear out of town and I know it's out really quick. Yeah, nobody's too big yet. Yes, my man. The seafood over there, the food over there, good, my man. My man, the food over there, good. You know, the food I ate in Rhode Island, I was just on refill. So refill basically means when you eat in your golf hole, you won't eat anything, but you're just drinking. Yeah, I was just on refill. It wasn't. I ate that afternoon after service. I was on refill to the next day, 24-hour refill. I just drinking water. I just drinking. Oh my goodness. The seafood is really, really good. To be honest, Rhode Island has one of the best places to eat in the country. Yeah, Megan or Pastor, you smart. You know what happened, Pastor? You smart, you will live long. You strategic. Yeah, Prosper Terry say everyday JMP, you are one of the people that promoted JMP massively instead of Cummings. Well, some people don't see it like that. Your view is highly respected. Some people don't see it like that. They think we hate JMP or we hate the opposition or whatever it is. That's what they think. Or we hate Cummings or we Cummings people, whatever. But what I can say to everybody is we've always strived to bring the better out of the opposition community at large and to hold them accountable, all of them. But where you think in your mind that we must create balance, so when we question somebody for a certain role that they play or certain things that they did, we need to question the other person, even though they didn't play that role, they didn't do similar thing, then you're not seeking balance. You're not seeking balance. You want us to create things. For example, when we hold Joseph Waka accountable for the government he worked in for 12 years, you say, oh, my whole Cummings accountable. Okay, how do we hold Cummings accountable? On what account? On what thing? What would you say? What would you say about him? We should say, oh, Cummings, but Cummings' record is there. There's no ambiguity. In other words, there is no questions about his record when he worked for or with Coca-Cola. So what are we going to measure to question him on? We'll say this thing, you'll get vexed. So I don't understand what you really want. Then you change the narrative. Oh, we got to question Musa Belede. We've questioned Musa Belede here. We've called out Musa Belede on different issues. On all of the concerns that we have. Musa Belede came right here. We're asking the same questions about FIFA, about his involvement in the money that he owes to the Liberian government. It's not a secret. We've asked it. So I don't understand what we should do. What we should do. Or then time comes, oh, they just forgot about we are. Yeah, forgot about the opposition. Everything should be diverted to we are. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. When we say it, then you'll get vexed. I don't understand. If we want a better Liberia, then we should hold all leaders accountable. But holding people accountable does not mean you fabricate stories to say you will hold them accountable. That's not what it is. To be honest, that's just not what it is. You can't say, because I want to hold somebody accountable, so let's go make shift or let's make up stories and bring it. I mean, I don't understand. So that's where we've been with people who think that we hate certain people or a certain group of people. We'll call it out for what it is. I can guarantee you on that one. We will. We'll call it for what it is. And that's why we are asking you the question today as to what does Liberians really want. And we'll get to the conversation here in a little bit. But let's recognize you. Now, the only way we can recognize you unless you write. We don't know if you're watching or if you're following. We don't know because there's some people that are following from Facebook, some people following from YouTube and other places, and we have no way to tell, until you write. We might be friends with you on some of these different sites, but if you don't show up on SKTV, we wouldn't really know what's up. So let's share the show. Um, we're getting to the conversation here. Let's share the show. Hey Koto, how are you? How are you doing, Koto? I know I don't say much about you. I don't write much on your page, but thanks for all you do. I follow your work. I like the fact that you promote your son. Sorry for calling you out this way, but I like what you do. I like the fact that you're your son's cheerleader. You're one of the, let me say this, with the fewest Liberian women that I've followed, and I notice I see exactly what you do. I see how you go above and beyond to promote your kids, your son. You even serve as his personal or his journalist to promote him. You interview. This is good. This is very good. Very, very good. And thank you. Thank you, Koto, Josie, first name Josie, Koto. I had the opportunity to meet you once in person. Very good person, good spirit. Thanks for all you do. Just know that we're following and we appreciate the work you do. We are. We're following very silently, but we appreciate what you do. Applaud you for that. Keep it up. Keep it up. We see the good work you do. We're watching. That's why I say, people don't know we the stakeholder then we're watching, following what's going on. But let's welcome you guys. Let's welcome everyone to the show today. Let's share the show. We have some very interesting things to talk about. Very, very interesting. At some point, the show will get heated, stimulated. And interesting part about today, we predict some things that will happen in the near future, just in the next week, 2 to the next month going forward. So share the show. You really don't want to miss the show. You really don't want to miss the show today. Tell us where you're following us or watching us from, please. Like I said, Siku will be joining us. The guys from Liberia will be joining us as well. What do Liberians really want? Well. Anyways, let's recognize you really quick. Ivan Dennis, welcome to the show. We're watching from Minnesota. Bruno Briswell, welcome to the show. You're watching us from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Baron Rule, welcome to the show. You're watching us from Accra, Ghana. That's good. That's good. That's very, very, very good. Willie Kamara says, interesting question. Mr. Clenet Tele is watching us from Las Vegas. Buster Hennings Jr. he's watching us from, it's FL. Last time I checked, maybe FL is Florida. I think that's the abbreviation for that state. Joseph Conto finally on SKTV. Welcome to the show, Joseph. Willie Kamara says watching us from Zen Northwest China. Stanley. Also, apparently, he's watching us from China. Sekou Kona is watching us from Spain, Barcelona. Elizabeth Brown is watching the SKTV family. Jerome Gateway is watching us from India. Jerome Gateway, okay, great. Common Man is in the building from Iowa. Musa Sakor is watching us from Washington, D.C. What about Musa Ibibo? You in the capital city? Brother Lao, yo, we know you capital city now, yo. D. Curtis Entertainment 2021 is watching us from Liberia. King Herman Flomo of Judah. Say good afternoon, big brother. My man, I don't know where you're watching us from. What's up? Small brother. Thank you for following us as always. Valerie Sweetie Sharif is watching us from Bannersville. Valerie Sweetie Sharif from Bannersville. Well, I know you are well bent and stopped. My ear in that. Tare Maki, Mususha, all the little corner. But man, get trouble with it out of all that even in there. I beg you. We make a man with positive on to that feet. Oh, Papa will only feed it. Anyway, let's move on. So, Panafe, Canafe, Stephen Tower Estate, all the places now were tearing there. Then we'll come up in time being about leave it. We learn what's up. Test my family. Comments will never be like period. Test my family. It's okay, bro. If I please him, please buy me queen. We will please him. We will please him now. Oh, yeah. Maybe you can order me some queen or help me with something. I'll buy a queen so we can come on. Please, brother. I beg you. Please, yeah. Just help us instead of coming here and getting very off for no reason. Just help us, yeah. Don't get vet, Papa. No vest. No vest. Okay? Yeah. Che Pakola Moluba. They want you rule element. Okay. I know where that one come from. Okay, Chief. Yo, I don't even know what you're trying to say. It's really cool here. King Judah, where cool here? Valerie says she's watching from Benefit. Welcome to Cole Kid, Tolo. Hey, Cole. Where you watching us from, Cole? We don't know. Let us know. Mohammed Fise watching us from Harper City. I already told you, my man, when I hit the ground, I want a real pambota with tabadu in it. Yeah. That's my family, your mouth, the Holy Bible, that who Nancy, Ruth Anderson. Well, Margot did do tipping. What's up, bro? My man, I owe you, Chief. I will hear you up. Don't worry. I will hear you up. I take God to beg you. Forgive me. Forgive me, brother. Forgive me, Chief. Anyway, let's move on. Musa Amin, Fatima Kruma, watching us from Las Vegas in the building. Okay. Thank you for following. Rosalind Deeks, watching. Rosalind, we don't know where you're watching. Mata Takina, Morning Steve, and SKTV family. Mata Takina, where you watching from? California or where? Or in Minnesota? Mohammed VC said, you are indeed welcome, bro. Okay. Bala Jones, watching us from the state of Delaware. Okay. Bala Jones, state of Delaware. Okay. Y'all got one of the coolest state. Y'all the president. Y'all the president. Y'all move Donald Trump in power. Donald Trump say he won't come out in power too. Is that Menkin Gray? Liberian one president. We are okay. My boss Sarah Wagner from Minnesota. I already know what's up. President Mona family. We already know what's happening. Benjamin Jonas. Not only change in weather, it could also be change in. It could also be changing wedding. You see your life. You see your life. You see your division. How you can just distract people. You see your life. Let that boy here me changing wedding. I beg you. Abel Quijela, watching us from Philadelphia. Let's move forward now. Let's go quicker so we can get to other news and get to the musical break. Sata Washington. Thompson. Sata T. Thompson is watching us from in a house from southern USA. I don't know what southern USA is. Abraham Sinayoko is watching us from San Antonio. Matilda is watching us from Bowie, Maryland. Prosper, Terry. Okay, let's move down. Let's move now. Vamandi Donzo. Only God can save Liberia from JMB and his political cartel. Okay. Harrison Cole, welcome. We really don't know what we want. Okay. More. Watching us from Dubai. Okay. Ruth Robert Spring. What's up, mama? Long time. Ruth that not only foundational stakeholder, but a sustainable stakeholder. Foundation plus sustainable. That a real stakeholder then yeah. I'm talking about your foundational stakeholder, then I'm talking about foundational plus sustainable. Let me put it in the common Liberian way. The people who can start something and they still be there. And put that Oh, foundational stakeholder than Yaseni, then a foundational stakeholder then man. And that's sustainable. More Tula Gibson. That's also foundational stakeholder than that. They're not sustainable stakeholder. They're not sustainable stakeholder. And if you are not you foundational stakeholder, you rep plenty, you make noise. I'll call you out. Josie Cotto from Tennessee. My boy Prince, change the name. I know who they in confusion said Prince, what they. Anyway, that's my boy. We probably confused family, so we well in. My boy Prince, probably well in it. Tekonti, what's up, sister? What's going on? Victoria Ivy Brown, watching us from Bannersville. Rita, where you watching us from? You scared to tell where you watching us from? What's going on? Rita Sina. Rodney Wilson, welcome. You can tell where you watching us from. Ram, you tell where Harrison Tucker, you tell where you watching us from. Joseph Conto and Akko Enin. We said, okay. Somebody said watching us from Ukraine. Tyler says what is the record? Please tell me. I don't know what the record. What I got talking about. Anyway, Evangeline Hill, Abraham, Kamara, Atlanta City, Ishmael, Alfonso. My people that getting playing there. Someone that repeated already. Nathaniel Ability, watching us from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Minnesota people, you're looking like you're playing in here. What's going on? You're going to fill up building, Minnesota people. You're going to fill up building. Okay. You're going to Philadelphia chain. You're getting East Coast people chain. Because nobody's stupid yet. Minnesota people, they're playing in the horse. What's going on? Moses, you are not campaigning for your man. Costa to be rescued too. Martin, don't bring Nausea, I beg you. The show now even start, you won't bring Yo-Yo on the show. Don't bring Yo-Yo here, I beg you. I beg you. Don't bring Yo-Yo on the show here, I beg you. I already talk, I was watching up for Detroit. Sorry if I skip your name, it's not deliberate. I'm just trying to run through it really quick. Fred. Okay. Fred watching up from Arizona. What's up, bro? Man, yeah. When I see my Arizona put and happen. Minnesota put one for that. Wait, what did King Herman Flomo Judah? You from Minnesota? What is going on? Y'all Minnesota put in y'all slow down. Y'all slow down. Y'all let noise. Y'all slow down, Minnesota put. What is happening now? Y'all Cape Philadelphia and Michigan, Maryland put and China. What they gonna do? What is happening? I seen Atlanta, one person from Atlanta, Georgia put y'all scared. See when one person showing the hand out of Atlanta. You asking what Rosette Pro? Rosette Pro in the confused camp. Celestine Sebatabe. Maybe in Chile on Facebook, but in a confused camp. Melbourne wedding will come on. Can't leave Melbourne. Who there? Smith that way. What's happening? Titus O. Miller. Steve, I'm watching you from what? Worcester, Massachusetts. Okay. Worcester right between I think Rhode Island, Boston, right there. That y'all. Melbourne following, yeah. Melbourne will soon be joining the show. But then Melbourne cool man. I don't understand it, man. You getting married and getting asking for you again. But then Melbourne cool man. That's what I'm. Anyway, Melbourne will soon be joining us. Sekou will be joining us as well. Guys, sorry if I didn't call your name. I'm very sorry. It's George. I'm gonna run through it. Natalie. Is that Madeline? Mathaline, watching her from Wisconsin. Let me see that strange name. Ram. GMB have to be careful for the GB from Nima Kante. Okay, GMB business. Joe Board on my board. We discussed Joe Board today. We talked about him today too. So all of that in the news. All of that. Anyway, let's get to other news really quick before we get to the commercial here. We'll start a conversation just before Milburn can join us. Lots of exciting things are happening. In other news, it's not strange. It's not a secret. Senator Prince Johnson spoke twice yesterday. Interesting. Not only about the timing, interesting things he said in both recordings. He was on Spoon Talk later in the afternoon or in the night, and he did speak from that end as well. Guys, you guys are not sharing the show. Yeah, you're making the show lazy. And the problem is, you're making the show lazy. Oh, leave me, man. That means it'll be whatever. That means it'll be whatever, man. That means it was funny. Yeah, it's funny. Somebody already. The person won't bring no there. The person won't bring no there. But we yeah. Anyways, Senator Prince Johnson spoke, and he said a lot of things, but what he didn't say is what you need to pay attention to. We'll give our views and our thoughts on it. We'll also talk about the timing of what he said, why he's saying what he said at this point or at this stage. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. The timing is critically important. In other news, also, our former president in the US, President Donald Trump, there seemed to also be a lot going on in his life. There seemed to also be a lot going on. Yeah, Sekou, I see Sekou said commenting. Let me post Sekou comment. Oh, I know Sekou probably getting ready to come on the show. Yeah, the people not sharing the show, Mr. Kanye. They're not sharing the show. And you just break fast now. Are you now maybe, the way I'm looking at things? They're not sharing the show. I thought my one could tell, but Sekou, I know Sekou getting ready because I texted him not too long ago. He texted me back that he's getting ready. He texted me back, so sharing the show. What do you have, further? Share the show. Look, share the show in your best friend chat room. Share the show in your enemy in chat room. Share you all the guys in chat room. We don't get problem with that one. That national conversation we're having here. What Liberians really want. Let's share the show, guys. Let's share the show. Because we have a lot of interesting, intriguing, and important things to talk about this afternoon. So let's share the show, Don't be afraid. When you share the show, it will not mean that when you part of another party, they will excommunicate from the party. If that's your party's policy or that's the rule you're having in your party or that part of the constitution, then please tell them that, they might just forgive you for the one. And then fine and give, they'll pay. But anyways, President Donald Trump is gearing up here for different legal battles. That's for another story for another time because his legal battles seem to be piling up. And the timing for these legal battles are not strategic for him, especially if he's going to be running. And the legal battles are not just state constituted legal battles. They are federal. And that's not a good place you want to be. That is not a good place you want to be. That is not a good place you want to be. As you've seen on Facebook, in other news, there are a lot of different things going on across the world. Those of you who still part of the Hakimi movement, you see that the momentum is gradually eroding because some of the add-on gender, like some of us, we got a message that Hakimi won't settle us for failure, but we have amalgamated forces and we are Like I told you guys, we had our first meeting. The meeting went very well. We are reaching out to our brothers on a cover and letting them know that they should take Hakimi photos down from the page because it doesn't look good on Adam's genders. So very soon, if gender, you can rest assured that we're on a rescue mission to rescue Adam Gender from this quagmire and this mess that Hakimi wanted to pour in. We've been working diligently. Conspicuously, we have been working. Even to the point that some of our men were just waiting to break fast so that they can join the movement against Hakimi. The brothers are willing to stand up against that failure, something like that. But let's share the show. So these are some of the things that are in other news. Unfortunately, Hakimi will not set us up. We apologize to Eve Gender openly. We have to apologize to Eve Gender openly for what's going on. So let's keep up in a good spirit to all the brothers who are fighting against this whole Hakimi movement. Thank you. We are fighting, and we're fighting for a just and a worthy cause. And you can rest assured that we'll not betray the struggle. That being said, let's get to the musical break really quick. We get back to the show. Right after the musical break, what do we really want as Liberians? We'll get back right to the show. We'll dissect some things today. Thank you so much. We will no copyright to this song.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sonada Diabo. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president. Muskiro want to become president. Poppy Dossa want to become president. Crazy man you see want to become president. Mr. Krede want to become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. President, you will sing you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Jego. Now how the president business will be? We're suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President, you see want to become president. Mr. John President. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they won't become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as the president. Power invests in me as the president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest press down. I'm going to pull all the fear press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline press down. Lolo want to become president. You know he's again you. You won't tell me say president will tell money eat up become president. Trust take up become president. And now he say Liberia will support you. When they be president to them, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Moldovia and bear you new Moldovia. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to steal the government money. I'm going to make sure 7-7 get their back pay. I'm the president, want to make sure children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poo inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Drongo want to become president. Lala want to become president. Children Ripper want to become president. Listen to the speech. As the president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city into 1 day time. As the president of the Republic, I'm going to dry the whole of the sea and pay you people estate billing. As things go bad,
That one, that lie.
I want a truth.
Interesting. Sickle on. Mine says here that Sickle is still loading, but I think
No.
Sickle is on. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
I'm on. Everybody can hear
If you
you.
can hear me, please let me know.
We can hear you. And
Please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know.
we can hear you.
Sickle is on. Yeah, Sickle, anytime you log in, I don't
you
know.
know.
Can come in with too much force and enthusiasm and momentum as a massive leader. Anyway, let me log on people right now.
Yeah, but I want to take this time to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sekou Kenen. If you just joining us, this is SKTV. We are coming up live from Phoenix, Arizona. Our colleagues in Liberia will be joining us shortly. I think about 10 to 10 minutes they'll be joining us on the radio. If you notice, I posted something on my page that given everything that's going on, we said game on, and we said we are going to put all the political parties under the political microscope, which means we're going to dissect all the parties, their actions, their movement, what they are doing and what they are not doing, and what are the potential things that are going to happen. Speaking of the ramification of their action or inaction. So it's going to be very, very important that you follow us today because trust me, I am excited. I am fired up. I've never been this fired up before to speak truth to power. So if you're Unity Party, get ready to insult me or disrespect me. If you're ANC, get ready to disrespect me or insult me. Yeah. If anybody you see this, that one part, they always insult us, so we good. Because it is election season. If we can't tell people the truth right now, we will never say it again. Or even if we say it later, it will be worthless. You're worth nothing. You have to be honest. Speak truth to power. And there's no better time than now, Steve. So yes, we already, I want to say Eid Mubarak again to all our friends, families, and brothers and sisters in Islam. And those of you, a big thank you to those of you who at least extended your appreciation to us to say thank you. Tell us Eid Mubarak. To tell us thank you at least for keeping the fast for 30 days. Eid Mubarak to all of you. I was complaining to Steve that people are not sharing the show. Many of our people are too lazy. When they come, they don't share. All they do is just come here and relax and enjoy themselves. And they don't want anybody else to follow or to share the show or to see the show. Tag your friends. Call them. So that when they come, they can say, oh, they're late. Oh, I'm late, I'm behind. No, let it come from the get-go. So Steve, I'm here. ready to go. You said, what do Liberians really want? And I would narrow it down to what our politicians really want. And somebody say, please do not do that. Do not do what? Do not talk truth or power to people. Everybody, nobody is exempted. No, there's no exception. Now, like I said, maybe from today, some of you will not come on HKTV no more. Maybe some of you just not be friends with us anymore, but we will say truth to everybody. As a matter of fact, Steve, the conversation going to be like this. We will go party to party. It will be addressing the 4 major political parties or 4 major candidates. Starting with the person in power, the CDC. We'll start with the CDC. Second, we will go to Joseph Nima, who is in the news right now in a very, very heavy way. Boakai is in the news in a very, very interesting way. One was a mate. And then we will go to Kumis. And Kumis in the CPP or ANC, whatever they call it. And then we will go to Tewon Gonglo. Because you can't write him off. So that's how we're going to go about this. We will tell you the good things and the but today we're going to focus on the what you are not doing, what you ought to be doing and you are not doing it. We will talk about the failure associated with what you're doing and what could be the downfall of you or your party, potential downfall. We don't know anything 100%. We will speak based on facts available to us. Back to you, Steve. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Well, Mr. Kenneth, thank you. To the listeners and the viewers, we want to say welcome. Let's continue to share the show. Like I said, very interesting conversations here. Interesting things going on.
It looks like the bazaar is, I'm wearing right now. You got some bling bling in it.
No, but it's still looking fine though.
Look good. I want to take it off.
It's looking good in my view. But let's ask the ladies because let's ask the women because the women got better taste in dressing and
I'm talking about like there's some shiny stuff on the something, so it kind of like making some bling bling on the camera. I don't know if it's looking good from your end, but from my end, I wanted to take it off. But at least they're now Barcelona t-shirt, so I'm good.
Yeah, but let's
continue with the show. People say it's okay.
So today, like I said earlier, okay, Melbourne joining us.
I told you, man. Melbourne going to be joining us soon in about 10 minutes or so. You keep the right time because we are about to waste it.
All right. Okay. So, folks, this is how let us say, welcome to it. But I guess there are a lot of you there that have been waiting. In fact, you've been calling me back to back, texting me. But on Saturday we have only 1 hour, and I don't know for how be it. That's the time given to us for the SKTV. So we have now been linked with our team, Sekou and Steve. If you are getting me, then all is clear from my end here in Liberia.
Well, welcome to you. Welcome to our people who are listening and follow us from Liberia. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for following True FM. Those of you on the radio, those of you watching us, what is YouTube, following us from Facebook Lives or so forth. We say thank you. And thank you. Those of you watching us from distance who's refused to hit the Facebook button to be added to the numbers, we say thank you also. We know that you watch us and you follow us. That is the most important thing. Mr. Kane, what say you to the point in Liberia before we get started with the conversation? Because when getting the conversation,
so everybody in Liberia, we're not going to say good morning to you now. We'll say good evening and good afternoon to you, because I know it's late now in Liberia. From our understanding here, it is about 6, almost 7 o'clock, almost 1 minute to 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. in Liberia. So we want to say welcome to SKTV. I want to say a big thank you to John C. Mabon Kula and the entire team of Truth FM that making it possible to hear our voice in Liberia. We cannot thank you enough. And today, we are going to be discussing the Liberian political parties. We are going to discuss in details the good, the bad, the ugly, and the but of the Unity Party, the ANC, the how you call it, the CDC, as well as, I don't even know the name of what you name, Teon Gonglo party. I want to know Teon Gonglo.
I think that PLP or something.
Yes,
I don't know, but the reason why I'm saying that, because the same reason why we're going to put all of them under the microscope. So it's going to be very, very interesting, and we will tell you what they are doing and what they are not doing. We will tell you reason for some of the failure, reason why some of them will not go anywhere if they don't change their modus operandi. They don't change the way they do things. Yeah. So we will talk about everybody, no exception.
So Mr. Kane, let's as always, we want to reference the Liberian people. We believe that they're the most important people on earth. But most importantly, we believe that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. So starting off the conversation, we want to say thanks to and happy Ramadan to our brothers and our sisters who spend time fasting for a month, some a little over a month. We want to say thank you so much. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. Yeah, Eid Mubarak.
I pronounced it well, right?
Eid Mubarak. That's good.
Yes, I've been practicing that. I've been practicing that thing for a couple of days.
That good English.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes. So, but Mr. Cannon, let's to be honest, because we started this week the conversation with the CPP and the ANC at large. We can't divorce both of them. We'll consolidate them. We'll put them together. But we can also focus on the ANC. I know many people want to hear about. And here's the thing, guys. If this conversation does not end today because of time, it can spill out to tomorrow. Definitely so. So, and listen, we will continue tomorrow. Today is just the prelude, the briefing.
So can I say, can we use them on maybe to just critique all the political parties? Let's say what well said, because one day
we're using the entire rest of the year. Leave more. You might say more the rest of the year. But Mr. Cannon, so say we started off with the CPP and the ANC at large. Let's pick up from there. Today is just a teaser because this will boil over to tomorrow. This conversation will boil over to tomorrow because we have the strict 2 hours on the show tomorrow, and so we'll get into. Today we're just the surface test them, but we'll get into the depth of these conversations by tomorrow. So, Mr. Kane, let's start with this whole ANC and CPP and Mr. Alexander Cummings.
You spoiled it.
Let me tell
you. The reason why I don't want to confuse the whole thing. I don't want to start with Alexander Cummings and the CPP, because Alexander Cummings and the CPP and the ANC people, they are so comfortable with SKTV thinking that we're supporting them, and we are not supporting nobody. So when we start with them, the show will be sour from the beginning. So, and the
Well,
reason why,
well.
the reason why I wanted to start with the UP, because they just make news yesterday. They make big news yesterday. So we don't want to confuse things, because you know what, people, the mindset of people, we have to fix it. We got to tell the people exactly what is what.
Yeah, but
So
let give rescue one breather. Let give rescue one chill and man breathe one.
okay.
Rescue one left battle.
So wait,
Rescue one left battle. But
wait,
anyway, let's start with the United Party. You're 100% right. And that's what I'm
you know
joking.
what, they made, whether you like it or not, they made big news yesterday.
Yes, let's start with them.
Potentially be a game changer. That's just on the honest truth.
Let's start with them. Let's start with what happened. There has been not only the Unity Party of recent. There has been a build up for this without people paying attention. We've paid attention, but there has been a build up. Mr. Kane, what led us to where we are now? Because let's talk about the things that maybe the Unity Party is doing right politically. What are some things that they are doing right? What would you say? What are some things that they might be doing right at this point from a political standpoint?
They're keeping themselves in the news. They are reaching out, and they are building momentum. Politics is all about momentum. So if you ask me what the Unity Party is doing right, I think the Unity Party is keeping themselves in the news. They are building on momentum, and they are reaching out. They seem desperate. And you cannot win an election if you're not desperate to win it. You got to be aggressive. And I think they are doing that. Whether or not what they have done will yield dividend, I don't know. That's why we will dive into the conversation.
So Mr. Kane, while you're answering that question, I want to, because you said something that's interesting. You were saying that they're keeping themselves in the news, which we see, whether negatively or positively, that's a fact. But you are saying they're reaching out, and also in other words, they're expanding or communicating with limited resources.
With low to nothing. With very low limit resources or to nothing. But yet, it looks like they are the one. They're projecting themselves to be the opposition, the main opposition in Liberia. Even though they are not with that much of resource.
That's interesting. That is interesting, but it is also factual that we must say and we must report. The projection, the actions, the behaviors, the moves, and so forth. I would have to agree with you. Mr. Kane, why do you think they have this strategic command of how they're running this show or projecting themselves?
First of all, the Unity Party was dead. And the creation of the CPP from the initial stage kind of gave some life to the structure of the Unity Party. And they have somehow carried themselves, making the people to feel their presence some way, somehow, especially when it comes to the media, to make it look like they are there. And to where we are right now, most of the politicians in Liberia, especially the old school politicians, the people who are accustomed to the status quo, people who used to corruption, people who don't want to see change, people who just want to be part of the same old system, they are all gravitating towards the Unity Party. Because why? They want the status quo to remain. So yes, Unity Party has been able to somehow presenting themselves as the party of the old, the party that understand and know the system, good or bad system, the party that will keep the status quo we have in Liberia, and those people who want to be identified with that status quo, they are all gravitating towards the Unity Party. That's why you are seeing many people jumping in the bandwagon, because that's what they are accustomed to in Liberia. And they feel that only the Unity Party, they can keep that going.
They feel the Unity Party can keep that going. So Mr. Kane, let's go back just a little bit. Prince Johnson was on record of not only making fun of Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai in the 2017 election when he switched to support President George Weah, even though initially he was supporting Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai during the 2017 election. That is a fact. As evidenced by the fun he made out of Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai, he said Vice President, and this is paraphrasing, Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai went to Nima County, and according to them, there's a tradition where they blow a horn. And when you blow that horn, you will become the president of Liberia or whatever not. Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai blew the wrong horn. Now, here is my question. Early on in this game, like he did 2017, he's endorsed Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Is this a deja vu stuff we are seeing here? What is it?
What is it? What it is that Liberian politicians, whether the big one, the small one, the one that are used to stealing, the one that are planning to steal the resources of our country, the one that feel like Joe Weah and people then at that time here, we need to have our turn too to steal the people money, are all jumping in the bandwagon. Prince Johnson is of no exception. The reason why Prince Johnson is on board is because Prince Johnson feels safe with the Unity Party. Prince Johnson is being promised to include VP slot to his party. I'm getting loud and clear. He's been promised. When Prince Johnson tell you yesterday, when he told you yesterday, whether it doesn't matter who VP Boakai pick, we will support him. It's two things. Perhaps you know already that Boakai is going to pick Jeremiah Kun in his mind. Or if not Jeremiah Kun, they have been promised lucrative positions. If they get it, if they win the election, what they will get. So it's all about what Prince Johnson will get and his party will get. So Prince Johnson is of no exception. Everybody that is jumping on the boat, they feel safe. They feel safe politically because they are accustomed to corruption. They are accustomed to stealing. So because they know that that status quo will remain when the Unity Party is, Boakai is old. If Boakai becomes president, whoever going to be his vice president will automatically be the president. So that's why it's very, very important that we keep our eyes on the ball, especially this coming 2018, where Boakai will announce his running mate. Whoever is coming, is going to be, let me tell you this. You will have pros and cons. If it's going to be Henry Costa, then Boakai is done. Boakai will not win any election. I'm going to say this. If it's going to be Costa, Boakai is not going to win. If it's going to be Jeremiah Kun, it means that Prince Johnson will be the one running our country. Prince Johnson told you yesterday that as a rebel leader, he called himself rebel leader yesterday. He said, as a rebel leader, the people are afraid of me. They don't want me to get close to power. They don't want me to have money. Because they think I can overrun the country when I have money. You listen to it clearly. If Prince Johnson, handpicked person, becomes the vice president for Joseph Nima Boakai, automatically Prince Johnson will be the one running Liberia. You know what would that mean for Liberia? If it's going to be normally Kanga Lawrence, then Boakai will still have problem of winning because normally does not have a party together. The party she belongs to, like it or not, normally is an integral part of the Liberty Party. And she has no control over the Liberty Party as you speak. She has no control over the partisan of the Liberty Party. Yes, handful of people or few people that she been generous to are with her. Some people are with her because of tribe. They feel like they own the party and one of their own has been somehow disrespected. So no matter what happens, they got to stand by her side, but they don't have the number. That's just the truth. So either way it goes, this is not a win-win situation for Boakai. Yes, they can win, potentially win with Jeremiah Kun. They can win. They potentially, I'm not saying they're going to win, but it's possible they can win. But it means that we are taking the country and giving it to Prince Johnson to lead the country.
So let's keep in that same context because then in this bigger picture of the question we asked, what do the Liberian people really want? Should Jeremiah Kun and Prince John and Joseph Yuma Boakai win any election in Liberia? That is, quote unquote, if that should ever happen, then the question becomes, are we Liberians in defiant now? Because whether you like it or not, that Prince Johnson party, Prince Johnson was referred to yesterday on the communication, the interview that he had. He was referred to as the godfather or whatever you want to term it as. He's in charge of the party. Jeremiah Kun is he's just there as he's speaking. And he push him around, telling him what's up and make deals, and he's at the table. Does it mean that we are in defiant, in complete contradiction with the US? Does it mean that we're repeating the same thing George Weah did, but at a bigger spectrum now at the presidency level or at the presidential level? What do you say? Because President George Weah refused up until now to even go through the case with McGill and the rest of his 3 senior officials. He refused up until today. He has done nothing about it. If this happens, Prince Johnson is in charge because he's still in charge of the party. Where are we headed as a nation? What do we really want?
What have you heard? What have you seen Jeremiah Kun doing in the Liberian Senate?
Jeremiah Kun, part of his records, he voted for the most part for the CDC against the Liberian people. If you, we'll get to a record.
No, I'm asking you, what have you heard or seen he doing in terms of legislation, in terms of
nothing,
writing bill, in
nothing,
terms of doing anything?
Nothing that I can think of. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeremiah Kun will do nothing. Will say nothing. Jeremiah Kun will just be there as a matter. Prince Johnson will be the one to decide to carry on the fate of Liberia. And you saw when Prince Johnson was given the position to chair the security, the Committee on Security in Liberia, United States frowned on that. And he was removed. It means that Liberia is trying to write off our partners. Say we don't care. If at all, Boakai pick Jeremiah Kun, and Jeremiah Kun becomes the vice president, it means that Prince Johnson is the one running Liberia. And you know what that would mean for Liberia.
Let's skip Prince Johnson just a little bit. Let's focus our attention on the two other potential people there as well.
Okay.
Nimile Costa and the Euro group. Because whether you like it or not, Costa is fully supported by the US group. But as evidenced by that, most recently I listened to Talia Ure on the other network, Closing Arguments. I listened to them there. And from what I picked up, she was selling Costa. She was telling the Liberian people that Costa is well fated and suited for this job, which is her right. Now, in all honesty, the US and Costa revived, apart from the CPP, the political life of JNB. Like it or not, is a fact. It's not about liking Costa. It's not about liking Ure. It's just the fact of the matter. Now, if Costa and Ure group are not picked for this VP, what do we say? What can we project or see? What do we say?
First of all, as we speak, this morning, Costa still believe that he's the one going to be. People around Costa still believe that Costa is going to be the one. As a matter of fact, Costa and his people, they are ready. They are reaching out. They are preparing for campaign. They are selling themselves, and they are showing people proof that they will be the one. He will be the one, and what they are about to do for his campaign as vice president. So we don't know what this 28 will bring, and whatsoever it brings, it will be a game changer. Like I said, if it's going to be Costa, it means that Waga is done. Waga will not win the election. Nowhere. Nobody is going to make Costa president. Liberian people are not ready for that. Costa is a good guy, young, but he's not a presidential material as of yet, until proven otherwise. Yombly is fighting for her political survival. Whether Yombly is picked or not, Boakai's trip to Grand Bassa County was to appeal to Yombly and her people to support him regardless. And Yombly is also responding to that in a positive way. Some people who are supporting Yombly trying to pursue Yombly to say, if Boakai is not going to pick you, let's unite our party, but don't just follow them. You will not be relevant. You will not be of any importance in the process. But Yombly being told, even if you are not picked as a vice presidential candidate, if Boakai wins, we're going to make you president pro tem. If you can listen and listen carefully, Yombly said, we will put together, we will come together, and we will decide and support. We will not take our eyes on the rescue mission. We will support whoever will rescue this country. Yombly, whether she's picked or not, given the magnitude, the level of fight within the Liberty Party, given the level to which that fight is right now, Yombly would rather stay with Boakai and look up to some of those promises, or to remain relevant as one of the kingmaker or one of the people that are going to make Boakai president, as opposed to coming back to Musa Bility and Alexander Cummings. And by the way, let me tell you this. What happened yesterday? Prince Johnson made a lot of statements yesterday, including he said he went to President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Prince Johnson alleged that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf gave him the green light. And he also said that Ellen Johnson supports the idea of he supporting Boakai. Prince said that yesterday. So what happened yesterday, one can qualify it to be a bunch of corrupt politicians, people that want the status quo to remain, are ganking up, are forming united front against Alexander Cummings, who projected himself as an agent of change. Politicians don't want change. They want the status quo to remain. They want their time, so they can be trading each other. They can be changing politicians. They can be changing players. They'll be switching one player to the other one, so that whatever the way they've been carrying the politics in Liberia can remain as they want it. So they are ganging up, coming together to make sure that it should be anything but Lieutenant Cummings. But there is a downside to it.
So Mr. Kenneth, before you go anywhere, let me hold you on something interesting. 2017, it's become a public knowledge now.
Yeah, I don't know how much time we're going to spend on the UP though, because we got to move to other party.
Yeah, we'll move up. But I want to chip in on this part quick, and then hopefully we can move into the UP to other people. 2017, it's revealed to the public now that Bernard Ure and Prince Johnson met with what's his name? I forgot his name. This guy working with the World Economic Crimes Court, the white guy, Dr. Somebody will write his name, Dr. Alan White.
Oh, Alan White.
And the reason they met was to form a ticket. Prince Johnson admits that he didn't sign. However, there's been accusation that he did sign to go with Bernard Ure. He betrayed or he walked away from the deal. Amidst all of that, do you foresee the Prince Johnson, the Bernard Ure giving out the push for the vice presidency? According to them, they would decide who will be vice president, who will sit at the table. Do you foresee the trust in this relationship, or is this a setup for some kind of serious, beautiful mess and beautiful nonsense that the Liberian people could actually be hurt from? Because it seemed like the conglomeration of actors who have history of exploiting the country. Nothing different, nothing new. It's not a new place. Even the pictures that we're seeing on Facebook today, where you see Senator Kuhn, you see what they got in Edwin Snow, you see all these guys like they had a meeting or whatever it is, and everybody's saying jubilant and cool, like finally we got this plan together. Is this a serious problem that the Liberian people need to wake up to? Because this is not about removing Jawia anymore.
Before I even say that, somebody sent $50 and said that $25 will go to SKTV and $25 they donated that to Mayborn for his wedding.
So, thank you.
Thank you. You see, that was smile in Mayborn's face. So what is the big thank you? And in fact, SKTV, we were at whatever that person gave to us, we will waive ours. All the $50 will go to Mayborn. We just want to say thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it, for at least making one of our colleagues smile. But yes, let me speak to that, Steve. A lot of people watching. Since we started this thing, many people have come that they don't normally come here. But we will speak truth to power. Let me tell you this. What is going on right now is forces forming a united front against what most of them perceived as common enemy. If we are used to the status quo, we want to keep it. Whoever will come with a change message, they want to change the way we do things here. You want to compare our country to America, to other Western countries. You want some level of transparency. You want accountability. You want people, when you do any small thing, small stealing, you put them in jail. Or you will not people, you will not employ people there who have problem. People don't want that. So all of them combined, they see you as a common enemy, that you are against them. You may be for Liberia, but you are against the way they do things. When you listen, communists is strange. Communist does not know anything about Liberian politics. Communist does not understand Liberian politics. Communist does not understand, or communist does not align with the corruption and corrupt system that is there. This is not about communists. This is about people trying to make sure they preserve the system that they have, the corrupt system that they have. They want to keep it. It doesn't matter who is leading it, but they want to make sure at least they can exchange position. When it's not Paul today, it's Peter. But that system must remain. They don't want the system to change, wherein Liberian people can decide their own destiny, wherein private sectors will come to the country. They don't want that. Because when that happens, people will be free. People will decide on their own. People will not be depending on politicians now to pay their way to go to school, to pay their rent, to pay their wedding stuff, to pay this, to pay that. Because why? They want people to remain slave to them, so they can continue to enslave them, use their own money on them, so they can continue to enslave them. That whatever they tell them, they will follow it. But when people are independent, we have private sectors, you have investment in the country, people are employed, people will not listen to a politician. They will listen to themselves. So they will focus on what they can do for their country, but not for their politicians who are giving them handout. So the people, they don't want the system to change. This is bigger than communists. This could be anybody. If you come here to want to change the system they have, the system will fight you. The only person, the only people that can change that system is the people themselves. But the people, are they educated enough? I'm not talking about formal education. Understanding the importance of election. Are they educated enough to know that they are the one, they have the gavel in their hand to change the system? But the politicians are ganging up. They're getting together to make sure that system that we have in Liberia will not change. That's why, listen to this. Since the reformation of the CPP, how many political parties have joined the CPP? Because they're not comfortable with communists. They feel that communists too straight. Communists will not allow the corrupt system to remain. They will not work comfortably with communists without going to jail. They will not work comfortably with communists. Communists will kind of bring American system. Communists will make it look like everybody got to play by the rule. In Liberia, that's not the case. When you are being man, when you are minister, you are above the law. They don't want that to change. When you are a minister, when you are a senator, you are above the law. They don't want that to change. When you are president, you dish money to people who are in the Senate and House of Representatives. They don't want that to change. So everybody will gang up. They rather not support anybody, or they rather go and support your way and keep the same system as opposed to bringing anybody. This is beyond communists. As opposed to bringing anybody that will change the system. They don't want that. But the only people who are supposed to change that is the Liberian people. But they are not making enough education for the people to know exactly what they need to do. So yes, it's about formation of a united front against a common enemy. And the common enemy is change, and they don't want to see the change.
So this common enemy is so you're saying President George Weah and CDC essentially might just be a cover up. But this is not about President George Weah. It's just about replacing him with the same sets of people.
Just with the same system, which just like the same system, putting new one in the old bottle, or old one in new bottle. You just want the same system to remain, but this should be the one to control it. It's about This is a fight of control. Who controls the system? But they don't want the system to change. Because when the system changes, Liberian people eye will open. Liberian people will decide for themselves. They will not control them anymore. And right now, they are not even making any concerted effort to make sure that people are educated, they understand that. That's why you can go to areas. How many people can receive cell phone coverage in Liberia? The percentage. How many people in the rural area that can listen to these talk shows? Very minimal. They don't want people to be educated. They want to be the one to be going there, driving to go there. When the people see them, when they see their car coming, some of them, when they will see SUV once a year or once in 5 years. When they see it, they'll be clapping for them. Oh, our son, our children are come to come see us. Those people don't think they should worship those guys who are in leadership. They don't know whether they have the right to even remove them. They don't even know that they are the one that have the power. Or they think that people that are our leader, we must maintain them, they are our children, so they can remain giving them handout. So they will not, their minds, their eyes will not be open. That they deserve different life beside the one that they're living. Some of them think the life they are living right now, that's what they are meant for. They think that the life. That's why when they see them one time, they give them money, they are happy. They are happy for what? Like they give them their own money, but they are happy because they think they don't deserve it. They think that the life they're living right now, that's what they deserve. And these people, they don't want the people then to be educated, to learn from that. No, you are better than what you're getting right now. So any system that will be that, they will fight that system. That is exactly what's going on. And they are ganging up. They are ganging up. You remember when somebody say, Alexander Comedy will end up like Baka Mafia, because Baka Mafia didn't want to change. They wanted to change the system. They wanted to make sure that you have some people who will think progressively, who will actually make people to believe that you are the most important component of our society. But no, it's the other way around in Liberia. The politicians are the most important people in Liberia, as opposed to the people being the most important people. Not the people, but the politicians. Because that's the make-believe. That's the mindset. They train the people mind to believe that the politicians are better than you. You're supposed to worship them. You can't even speak in front of them. When you are in power, you enslave the people. You enslave their mind. You make them to believe that you are better than them. And only you can solve their problem without them knowing that they can solve their own problem. That's the status quo they want to maintain in Liberia. So this is not all. You will see more people joining Joseph Nima Boakai. It is a fight against a system. It's not a fight against commies. Commies, whatever commies represent or whatever he projecting to be representing, that's what people are going to be fighting against. Let me tell you, it is possible Boakai will choose any of the three and all of them will still remain with him. It's very possible. Because people have been promised. People, all the people in there are accustomed to the same system. And they might want to have that system remain, even if they are not the one leading. What? Let the system stay because they will still have a place. So they all can come and look the country.
So folks, if you're just joining us, this is SKTV. We're in a conversation here about national issues, what Liberians really want. We're dissecting, kind of, today is just the tip of the iceberg, just here and there. Pick and Sec will bring on a lot of different issues. Feel free to share the show. Let's just be civil in our conversation in the live feed here while we are chatting. Let's be civil and respectful to one another. Let's disagree respectfully.
I'm not even, when I'm ready to talk something, I don't pay attention to comments, to be honest. So I can read somebody, I can just pass through, but I don't even care. Because you know what? I'm speaking to the Liberian people. And people that will come here and get in their feelings and say whatever they want to say, that's fine. That's why we are SKTV. Our Objective is not to satisfy or appease any handful of people. No. Our objective is to make sure we educate the Liberian people, we tell them the truth, we speak truth to power, so the Liberian people can know exactly what they ought to be doing, as opposed to following corrupt politicians who only care about themselves. So no,
Thank you, Mr. Connect. We'll come tomorrow. Let's move a little bit towards other political parties or other arrangements. I'd like to pivot to the CDC, who is the current ruling party, who it seems as though people want us to focus on. Let's remove Jawia. Oh, you remove Jawia. Everybody should just join the train, the car, the bandwagon, or whatever it is. Everything is about Jawia. Jawia is the most evil person, or whatever it is. The CDC in 6 years destroyed everything from 1847. They don't want us to hold checkmate or even talk about the opposition in these ways. Here's my question to you. What do you think the CDC is doing right?
Okay.
Before we get to what they're not doing right.
Exactly. So before we even got to the CDC, to tell you how Liberia is a sick country. Many people in that country, they are sick politically. Yesterday, before we pivot to the CDC, yesterday, people who've been speaking of rule of law, people who've been speaking of justice, people who've been talking about war and economic crimes code, yesterday, they were jubilating. Yesterday, Prince Johnson was a hero. Yesterday, there was a lot of jubilation. Yesterday, there was a defense system built to protect Prince Johnson. If anybody speak, even those that were questioning Prince Johnson yesterday, some of them were attacked for asking Prince Johnson the hard question. Because Prince Johnson is now the darling, the golden child of the Unity Party, because he said he's going to endorse. He said he's endorsing Joseph Nima Boakai. So everybody that are supporting Joseph Nima Boakai, they see no fault with Prince Johnson any longer. So long Prince Johnson is supporting them. Prince Johnson is now the new hero. Prince Johnson is now the savior. Prince Johnson is now the man of the day, because Prince Johnson is supporting Joseph Nima Boakai. So everybody that's supporting Joseph Nima Boakai, they will see nothing wrong with Prince Johnson. And you say any ills about Prince Johnson, you are the bad person. That's how sick the people are. And it's not one way street. It's all over the place. See, this saying the same thing. So to tell you, the problem with CDC is the CDC themselves. The opposition, there's nothing attractive. In the opposition, they say, you know what? Even though we are doing all this good thing, what I'm seeing right now will be better than we are on. Nothing. The opposition is they are still alive simply because Jawia is inert. Jawia is incompetent. Jawia people, every day they are adding insult to injury. Every day they are shooting themselves in the foot because they don't know what they are doing. That's why we still have opposition in Liberia. If we are as people, they were playing by the rule or even attempting to do good for Liberia and the Liberian people, and staying away from corruption a little bit, or making their corruption like the way Ellen them were doing it, I can tell you for a fact, the election will have been one round, and we will have flogged them one round, no question. But because we don't know what he's doing, because we is surrounded with a bunch of sycophants, because of corrupt-minded people who care less about who care less about the future of the country. Every day, when you think they're getting better, they're getting sense, they will even do something bigger. To the extent where nobody want to work with Liberia. Nobody want to work with Liberia. United States frowns on their behavior because Jowea and his people connection to money laundering and corruption and drugs trafficking. United States is not happy with them. That's the big problem for them. Maybe Liberian people wouldn't care. Maybe Liberian people will say, you know what, we don't care. Why America say, America, we are a sovereign nation. We can still vote for Jowea. Maybe that could be the problem. But the reason why opposition are stay alive is because Jowea then keeps shooting himself in the foot every day. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they are very poor when it comes to communication. They are very poor communication team from Fagon to people that are there right now. They don't even know how to communicate. Even when they do some good things, they don't know how to sell it. So they are biting overshadow the good thing. They might be doing some good things, but they are doing more things to harm themselves, to make themselves vulnerable, to make Liberian people feel that they are useless bunch of people. Because of that, people are looking for some opposition. But the opposition as is right now, the line is about to be drawn. I can tell you, Steve, from Thursday, from this coming Saturday or whatever day, Bwaka is going to announce his running mate. Bwaka running mate will be the one running against Kumis, Wea, and Tiawan. Bwaka will just be there as a matter. Bwaka name will just be there. But it's going to be election going to be about that person who Bwaka going to choose to be the president. CDC, CPP, and Tiawan Congo. So what CDC is doing right is just to be there for the sake of being there. They are doing nothing right, Steve. They are shooting themselves. Right now, as confused, as disorganized as the opposition are, should be talking about one round. No fighting, nothing. They just go and just beat the people and just move on. But because they are doing nothing, that's why the opposition is alive. So he asked me, what is CDC doing right? Zero. Because corruption is at the peak. This country is not safe. People are dying on a daily basis. If you disagree with them, your life is not secure. People are being killed mysteriously. And the president is not doing enough to up the security. The people who are supposed to come in the country to invest, they are afraid to come in the country because the country is not safe. The corruption is insecurity, Steve. Do you know how many people have tried to go to Liberia to invest, but because the demand from the government officials, what they are asked for upfront, it makes people scare people. Do you know what happened to the Bulgarian company that Kenya wanted to take the Grand Bassa port? When they take $3.5 million from them, you know how many other companies that we don't know about? Or do you know how many other companies that we know that we can't talk about them? They are shooting themselves in the foot every day. They are doing nothing to make people to believe that they deserve a second term. So, yes, Jowea and the people, they are doing nothing to make the country feel like they deserve a second term. That's why the opposition are still alive. Oh, you are muted, Steve. We can't even go to halfway of this conversation today. I'm not sure.
Tomorrow we'll expand a little more on the CDC and some of their moves they've made. so far, what is yield and what's going on, if they're exacerbating the situation or not. But because of time and we're on the radio, let's reach out quick to the next session here, the next group of people, the ANC, the CPP at large. Um, what do you make of Alexander Cummings, the ANC, the CPP at large? What have they done? What are they not doing? Why are they stalled? What does it seem like? Apart from what you stated earlier, when you said maybe they see him as not being part of the status quo, to stay away to some extent. What is the CPP and the ANC doing to undermine themselves? Because the CDC, like you said, is undermining themselves. What is the ANC and the CPP doing to undermine themselves, to undermine the presidential ambition of Alexander Cummings and so forth? What's going on with this whole CPP and ANC people? What are our story? Let me put it that way.
The ANC, the CPP, or the CPP, let's put it, and Alexander Cummings. It seems to me, based on what we have heard from many Liberians, including those who associate with CDC, with CPP, and Cummings, the feeling is like the ANC or the CPP is not ready. Listen to me, and listen to me clearly. It seems like ANC, Alexander Cummings, Musa Belete, and their friends, they are not ready. That's what Liberian people are saying. Just take it for example. Everybody that is jumping on board of the bandwagon of JNB right now, Musa Belete and Ellis Cummings had the opportunity to get them to them on their side too. Despite the fight against change. But Cummings is not doing anything to make it look like he really want to be president. Plain and simple. First of all, for 6 years, 5 years after the last election, 5 years after the last election, we are 6 months to the election. You cannot say for sure that the CPP get campaign offices in every area in Liberia, all the 15 counties. You cannot say that for sure. You cannot say for sure that CPP get auxiliary group in every county and every district in Liberia. You cannot say that for sure. Reason why people are saying every day, oh, we don't know Cummings, we don't know Cummings, oh, we don't know who we're going to vote for. The people are not talking about knowing you as a friend or family. They are talking about knowing Cummings by the presence of their campaign. They are doing nothing to expand their reach. That's why the CPP and the ANC is tall. They are doing nothing to expand their reach. As I speak to you right now, the renewed spirit, right now, the momentum that is created on the side of the UP right now is because of Staten Witherspoon and other people. You're using the resources, your radio station, the TV station, everything they have within their arsenal. They are using it to make sure that JNB remains in the conversation. Cummings is not doing that. CPP is not doing that. Everything they're doing, everything they have, JNB is not saying anything. Cummings is the one that going from one event to the other event. How come Cummings is not in the conversation? How come nobody cares? Why come nobody talking about Cummings going to win the election? Because Cummings people, they are not doing what it's supposed to be doing. They say they got money, but they are not using the money to their advantage. Everybody on the ground, they are complaining. Everybody, even people who have openly volunteered to support commies and in the CPP, they are complaining. Even elders are complaining, saying that when you go visit commies can't get even transportation, can't get them cola money. Elders. Young people who say they're supporting commies, they are saying commies is not, the commies have no structure on the ground. They can keep them together. For 6 years, you only got 6 months left. When you ask me what they are not doing, they are not reaching out. And it's getting too late for them. If commies got money, if CPP got money and they really want to be president, they need to spend the money to expand their reach in the country, not only Morovia. Let it go beyond Morovia. Let it have commies flyers, commies office. Let it, how many cars do they have right now, Steve? How many cars? They said commies and CPP got money. How many cars they have in Liberia? How many cars they have in the counties that flying around with commies pictures and commies flyers? How many cars? How many motorbikes they have in Liberia with all those campaign people? How many of them they have? To my knowledge, nothing. Can you believe this? Commies at this point, commies supposed to have motorbikes everywhere in Liberia, with young people moving from district to district, from township to township. Commies supposed to have his presence on every radio station. Commies supposed to even own a radio station. How long it take to create a radio station? It take you maybe 6 months at maximum to have all the equipment and built. They said they got money, but how is the money benefiting them? How is the money working for them? Baka not got money. Baka saying that because Baka got name recognition. Baka served as 12 years as vice president. Baka is from the former ruling party. Their name recognition is already there. Whether Baka talk, Baka not talk, the system already talking for Baka. Baka is part of a corrupt system that is there, that's been there for ages. Not just Unity Party, but the corrupt system in Liberia has been there for ages. And that's what Baka represents. In order for people to look at things from different perspective, you have to show them something else. But we are not showing them anything. They don't know you. CPP is supposed to be everywhere in Liberia, Steve. Right now, CPP should have motorbikes everywhere. Not one, maybe thousands of motorbikes in Liberia. Giving it to youth, people who are supporting it, to reach out to every corner in Liberia. CPP is supposed to have office in every major township, every major cities. Politics is not cheap. You want to be a politician, you can't be cheap. You got to spend the money on the people that you want, man. Especially when you hear America, you hear people spending billions of dollars on campaign, millions of dollars on campaign on a daily basis because they are reaching out. You're using the money to put it in the media. You're using the money to get the people who can walk from door to door. You are not living in America here. How many flyers we can receive on a daily basis? How many robocalls we can receive on a daily basis? How many people that can always come and bang on your door and ask you, we are here for you to vote for this person. Can you promise? How many phone calls you receive every day? They are reaching out to make your person felt, to make sure that people know about them. People know that they are serious. They are reaching out to talking to people. People commit to them to tell them, say, I will vote for you. But maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe communists know already that you're not going to win. That's why you're trying to hold on the money. Maybe CPP know they're not going to go anywhere. That's why they're trying to not spend their money, waste their money for nothing. Maybe. I'm saying maybe. But nobody will be desperate to win an election and sit back and think that things will work for themselves. Things will just happen. Yeah, because you're the only son of Jesus Christ. Because God sent you from the sky to come and be president. That's not how it works. The CPP is their own problem. Now that the radio going to go, we will still continue because we only got 1 minute on the radio. I know many people in Liberia, they want to continue to listen to what we are saying right now. But let me say this. We will continue this conversation. It is game on. And it is time to speak truth to power. Whatever will work, will work. If Waka will win because of this want to maintain or retain the corrupt system, that means that's what the Liberian people want. Let Waka win. We don't care. If Jowia wins, it means that Jowia is doing whatever the Liberian people want. Let it win. We don't care. But if communists want to win, if CPP want to win, they need to work harder. They need to reach out. They need to spend their money to make sure they are represented in every corner in Liberia. So let communists not be, politics is not about just him. It's not about just communists alone. You need to put a system, you need to have people who are ready to leave Monrovia to go to counties for districts. But they're lying to communists, telling communists, we're not going to need all the district. We're not going to need all the county. The county will go there. We're going to be wasting our money. You are lying to the man. The man deserves to be known in every single county, district in Liberia. And you're not doing that. You're lying to the man, eating the man money. Or maybe the man got no money. Maybe people then lying to all communists is rich. Maybe the man got no money, man struggling. But they're lying, the man got money. Other than that, nobody will want to be president. Nobody will want to be president for the Liberian people, and you can't reach out to the Liberian people. Monrovia is not Liberia. And you're not doing enough. Even in Monrovia. People in Monrovia are complaining. Every single person in Liberia that want to support communists, tell me they are supporting communists. Some of them even think that some of us, we have some leverage, we have control. What communists does? You know how many of them can call me and complain to me? I tell them, my man, and I see ANC, and I see CPP, and nobody. I'm just a SKTV. And we speak truth to power. We belong to no political party. And now that the election time is here, we are ready to speak truth to power, to tell everybody the truth. If you like it, thank you. If you don't like it, we don't care. We'll tell everybody the truth because we care for Liberia. Thank you, Maybon.
So
the conversation, but the radio station.
So I think you talk about 3 political parties. I don't know what I'm correct. You talk about the CPP, the Unity Party, and that of the the CDC. So can we get to the people I leave for 5 minutes?
Yes.
Sure. If you have available, we are happy.
So yeah, let's take 1 or 2 calls, and then this conversation will spill over to tomorrow.
Yes, because they've been calling me back to back and the line keep blinking.
But just before you take the first call, just before you take the first call, somebody from the AMC leadership sent me some kind of pictures or some pictures of motorbike I'm seeing here that says CPP on it. I'm not sure if they used it during the previous 2020. I didn't count them.
We just say how many they have. We don't know. And if they have it,
Sekou, I just need everything on a very serious note, even though we don't because of time. So let me just get to the callers at least so that they can be part of the show. Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, your name and from where you join us.
Okay, my name is Andrew Shabani. I'm president of 77 Bolivar.
Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
Let me tell you one thing. Sekou said about moving George Weah from Wakai is like wine in new bottle. That's what we want. But we even want what you want. What my heading? One time you do. One summer. I want better than George Weah. So we want wine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And to this caller, good evening.
I'll go drink it. I don't know. Yeah.
Keep a call coming 0770 2031 25
Give me one
0770
01. Go to your 01.
Liberians are just too interesting. So let me get to the line, pick this caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
Maybe you need to announce the number again because a lot of people in my brother they want to call too. They don't have the number.
Go ahead. No time, Chief. No time. We just trying to just pick change, please.
Coming to the Unity Party or the welcome for me, I think who is now it will not be bad. Okay, if who go on the party ticket or the UP, it may not be bad on all that. But say Costa, if Costa go technically, then Unity Party lost totally.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me pick the other caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. No time. Your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. I checked this video and I'm joining from my usual residence instead of a school.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
I listened to the brother in studio saying how he finds the reason why the people are gravitating towards the brother is because they want to receive his business. And with the government, what I would like to say is, my brother, the reason why the people are gravitating towards the brother, it is not because who is the government, but because the point of but favoring the citizen, and in fact, when I use that, the people who are very people that saying, I mean, oh, I need to or you so also look at who to our up and down, go for money, and you will put it. Then you're telling me all of that, so I get the point resident. So you, when you really talk about other people there, that you find
all right, Cheetah, 1 minute, please. We gotta go. You have said everything you want to say. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. My name is William
Okay, cool.
Let me appreciate all of you on the channel. No, actually, let me interview with the brother that say if I can win the same one in the new bottle. So when you get me up to me, who then you can see that a new one, George was not a new one, Louis Brown a new one, or what is any from Grandpa or Dana Chase, a new one. All of those people who are all of them, what about your all of them work in Christian government. Some of them are working communication. So those are people that you think you enjoy with as you want coming. You have somebody that you take me to coaching. I think when you check the Waka, you will see all the new faces and the German. That doesn't have all working government. When you check out the Secretary General, those are new people, those are young people coming up. So I don't think you will say, oh, people who come to Waka. And look at the whole thing is there. Anybody who comes up as president of Waka and they want to be country. So you people against who make president, because this one will tell you to go as far as when they say, to Waka so that they do that particular work. That you're saying other people will do. That you're saying, so you can go back home. So other people who want to come and say, anybody is not there, first, Johnson will be controlling them with Jeremiah. Be as far as president. I think that was the second about who me. I will hate all of you because you go where they want.
Okay, you are made a point to for more than 1 minute. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my brother, your name and from where you join us?
Okay, my name is Patrick M. Jesus. I'm from
Okay.
Look, let me tell you, brother, that there is no brand new politician in Liberia yet. Even those who we're talking about, the Baka want to, they are behind Baka because they are the CEO people. Just behind Kumi, just after the brother who left the land. There's no brand new politician in this country yet. But we know that Baka can do the good for us. This is why we are behind him. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm receiving information that we should just continue. I don't know up to how that take few calls. That information, but
if you've ever allowed us to continue, we'll continue because the show is very interesting.
Yeah, 0770-2031-25 0770-2031-25. Please just be brave with your points and at least so that other people can be part of the show. Your one, don't take all the time. 0770-2031-25 0770-2031-25. To this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my brother, your name and from where you join us?
I'm Joe Kuba. What I will tell you, SKTV, they get sent.
You see, the problem there now.
No,
Call you out.
no, don't cut you off. Don't cut you off.
We are sick. We have Frank Johnson. He's going to use that word that we are sick. We have Frank Johnson. Because they say that America, how many NGO organization he get at the rest of Africa? They say that they get nothing to show. They get nothing to put the business in the rest of. But we need to say that they put something gas on fire. Talking about Banga presidency. So thank you, man.
Thank you. And
It's okay. Don't
let's
cut
call
them
out.
off. If they want to insult them, they don't worry about that. Don't cut them off. Let us do what everybody want to say. Give them a chance.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you. Somebody I'm sitting out for the ANC. Sometimes the narrative is doing well for Mr. Committee. For the day, it's not money here, but it has a huge popularity, a huge number. See, like we have today, there are people who use this popularity to achieve their political gain. Some of them is one. They are current way. They use that their popularity to take them to the next level. And I can tell you, one of the greatest mistakes that Mr. Comey made was to allow himself to move on the shadow of the JND. Until the end of this war, the Comey can never become president like Trump because you don't have that. There is no consequence. There is no way you can go and people say Comey. So let me keep lying. If I have you lying to him, if I have you, let him bring him on the ground. At least bring a get out this for himself.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. So let me see. Sekou, I think one of you can be talking. Well, let me go get some.
Yes. So while you are situated there, Sekou, do you have any calls from here?
Yes, I do. I do have calls from here. So now, folks, you can start calling too from Liberia. I mean, from diaspora. I'll get you.
Yeah, let's hear from the folks from the diaspora.
216 number 6614. Are you there? Hello. Call up.
So Let's say quickly before you go to the line. I think we gotta go. So please just say what you want to say to the Liberian people quickly before we take leave of the show.
Oh, I thought you say again.
The people, now.
Yeah, mine again.
Okay. Yeah, all that team. But just before we go, let me remind the people tomorrow we'll be on for this continuation of this conversation.
It's okay. So before we go, I already taken this call. Let the call of speak and then from there because from there we'll go. I think this is Prince. Prince, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're live.
Thank you very much, Sekou. I appreciate the time. Let me say this. Sekou, the line has already been drawn. Those who want to see Liberia the same old players, the same people that are destroying our country, are going to work with the party so they can get the same opportunity for 12 years and squander the opportunity again. And those who want to see change for Liberia will come behind and support Alexander Cummings. But I'm saying this, and Prince Johnson is on the record to say that if Alexander Cummings go to the second round, he will support Alexander Cummings. Alexander Cummings is on the record that if Joseph Parker goes to the second round, he will support Joseph Parker. To this day, Joseph Parker is yet to be on the record to say that if any of his opponents get to the second round, he will stay behind and support them. If Joseph Parker does not commit to that and do not publicly state that, if, God forbid, Joseph Parker make it to the second round, none of these people will stay behind and support him. Because this is about Liberia, it's not about individual alone. Joseph Parker wants opposition unity. Let Joseph Parker come and unify with Prince Johnson. Then he can unify with Alexander Cummings. Let us so we can remove John Weah because it has to do with about Liberia, not individual. So I wanted to be on the record. So tomorrow people cannot say that we didn't support Joseph Parker again. Joseph Parker is not coming out to commit to opposition unity that he will support whoever goes to the second round.
Okay.
So yes, that's a warning to all Joseph Parker supporters. Let them tell the old men to come out and speak. We don't want a bubble leader as John Weah is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me say this. Let me say one thing before we leave the radio in Liberia. Let me say this and let me make it clear to you, all of you. If you are Comey supporter, whether you're in Liberia or you are in the diaspora, your main opponent to fight, to attack, to beat, whether in terms of conversation, in terms of politicking, whatever you do, your main opponent to fight is Joseph Nima Boakai. Your opponent is not Jowia.
No, they don't know. Thank God it's messing with it.
Just stop talking about the opposition unity. Because you know what? People who are begging, oh, just start when I attack each other. At the end of the day, if the election happen, it's going to be Joseph Boakai and Komi and Jowia in the second round. So they want you to play safe so that tomorrow Joseph Boakai, Jowia will go to the second round, then they will come pick you up to go and support them. If Komi want to win, let Komi start to fight Joseph Nima Boakai. Try to draw a contrast between him and Joseph Nima Boakai. Let the people, if they want to change Jowia, who they're going to change Jowia way, let him draw the contrast. If he's better than Jowia or Boakai, he needs to tell the Liberian people. If he say you're going to continue to do, there's a politics, a lot of places, opposition not going to be united. If you continue to sit down like this, the Boakai momentum that is there right now, if you continue, it will be Boakai and Jowia in the second round. If you want to assert, I'm talking about direct, politically. You want to fight your opponent, that Jowia and the JNB and Unity Party. If you sit down there for your hand, the train will be gone and you will be nothing. At the end of the day, somebody told me last night, you see the way the team looking at the way the way CPP people are looking at it, maybe he said they will not be number 5. If they sit down like that and just for their hand, because you know what? You can't play safe. The people that you're trying to play safe with, they are on a daily basis destroying you. There's nothing. Why is it that Union Fagon is in the bandwagon of the UP? Because Union Fagon talks shit with Commies and the CPP. Why is it that the Standard Witherspoon is now on the UP fronting? Because Standard Witherspoon talks shit to Commies and to destroy the CPP. They fight. They are not fighting the government because they know at the end of the day, they are fighting. It is fight to destroy or dislodge Commies and the CPP. Then opposition will have no other choice to either support or support Boakai. So if you want to fight, the party you got to fight right now is the Unity Party and Joseph Nima Boakai. But if you sit down there, they think everything, they take all the opposition from you. You will be left with nothing, and you will not even go for second round.
All right, so Steve, quickly.
We'll be here tomorrow again.
Well, folks, like I've always said, when I was maintaining, George Weah is not your problem.
Oh.
Nope. George Weah has never been your problem. George Weah I've always said it. George Weah has done everything then to be re-elected.
Yeah.
He's done all the best things. But the Labrador don't want him. Don't let Unity Party people fool you that you might come together to remove George Weah. That's not true. That's not true. The truth of the matter is they've done everything to undermine the opposition and make themselves appear as though they are the lead in the opposition.
Yes.
That's it. And the sooner you get out, you'll be playing safe. Oh, we need a one in the second round, and we don't want to attack the pape. I see some CPP and ANC people playing safe. Let me tell you something. You're playing safe. The United Party has managed to coerce and fool you. Like you should just form of front and all the distraction they were doing a few days. And let the opposition form one thing. And like Joseph Nima Boakai were having meeting on a call. You sleep on yourself. You sleep on yourself. That Joe Boy you're dealing with. You sleep on yourself. But we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. So folks, there you have it. I want to say thanks to all of you that have been following this broadcast since 6 o'clock this evening. And join us again. That will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God, especially for those of you in the diaspora. Even though we've gone day 2 of the phase 2 of the voter registration that is ongoing in the remaining 9 counties, even though you already started before I came in a little bit late, so there were no updates coming from Liberia, but we already gone on day 2 of the BVR phase 2 of the voter registration that starts on the 21st, which was on yesterday, and today marked day 2 of the voter registration in the remaining 9 counties. So all of you there that have your family members, friends, or relatives, that's the news coming from Liberia that we're going day 2. Please encourage them to go out to register, at least to be able to be part of the electoral process that will be on October 10th of this year. Thanks to all of you for viewing, and for those of you that have been following us, thank you so much for also following us.
Anyway, stay here. We stay on the show, and we're still going to be here maybe for another 10 or 15 minutes. If you're leaving the radio, come to Facebook and be a part of the I got calls. So we wanted to take the calls, and then
let's take 1 or 2 calls. Then we can wrap it up for today.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? 116. 216. That's the number, and the last 4 digits 6614. Hello. Caller, what is your name? Where you calling from? This is going to be last time. You call earlier, and when I keep calling your number, you're not responding. 216. Last 4 digit is 6614. Okay, that's it. Call us 612 number. 612 number. Last 4 digit is 9157. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you. My name is Sam Mordenberg.
You got to put some energy in your voice, brother. We're not hearing you clearly.
My name is Sam Mordenberg.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Welcome.
Okay, I call from Pennsylvania. Sekou, Mr. Cummins had the opportunity to have made his presence felt in Liberia. But I must admit, that opportunity has been squandered. Because the Liberian people, as you even go to the phone lines, you hear in the Liberian people, they have made up their minds. And we need to understand that we in the diaspora, we don't want to discourage Cummins' chances because we have deceived him. Everybody here got their own way of telling the man what to do and what is not. He would have made the presence felt in every county, as you said, readily, and that was true. Look, I'm from Maryland, but I do not support people based on tribal sentiments. But the part about it, when I say Cummins want to make a presence felt in the counties, Maryland, Rewaji, Grand Crew, Nimba, what the people depend on is rubber for survival. If Cummins have built that bridge between Ivory Coast and Liberia, yes, there's a town in Maryland they call Borebo. You just go on that road there, you put that bridge there, where people will be able to transport their produce to Ivory Coast. Because what they're using now is canoe. And some people get drowned while they carry their rubber products. So the Cummins are just going there and just create that bridge where the people will be able to carry the market to Ivory Coast and trade it and come back. That would have finished the whole election. So I mean, I just say this to say that these are some of the things that we should look at and let me know. But he can't do it now because it's late.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hold on. Caller on the other line, you there?
Okay. Yeah, when you finish, I got one caller that I've been on hold forever.
Take that caller.
Okay.
And then we will come on and make our closing argument and leave.
Yeah. Yep. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Hey, please stop calling. You don't say anything, and then when I call to you, you don't say anything. So you just stop calling.
Okay. We can hear you, Mr. Connect. Yeah. President Mo, go ahead, my man. What's going on? How the Twin City, bro?
Well, the Twin City is very cool. I mean, they swing in the weather here. They just bad for some health reason.
The Twin City core. I thought you were in 84 degrees. You were bouncing around in short transit.
I know, right? Well, I mean, the reason I call, right? I think I'm in unanimous agreement with Sekou on the whole thing about Cummins. You see, at a certain point in time, whether you support Cummins or not, you just have to live with the reality. sometimes it seems like this thing for coming is more of an accomplishment rather than a passion. Because I know somebody who is running that is passionate for this particular presidency. I mean, the work ethic alone will tell you. And people get it twisted. When we're talking about outreach, we're not talking about Mr. Coming going from district to district. We're talking about the organization. We're talking about the canvas and the allocation of resources, the granting. Look, I know what it takes when you reach corporate level in this country, especially with an iconic company like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is $288 million. When we're talking about some of the most aggressive marketing campaign on the planet, Coca-Cola do have it. So if you are Cummings and you're running for the presidency, you know, there is 2 steps to the presidency. One is an act and one is a size. Doing the job as chief executive, I know Comey is capable of doing that because he has proven based on his sentencing in the corporate world. But how do you get his job? This job is an act. It's not about corporate. It's not about meritocracy. It's about salesmanship. It's about showmanship. It's about charisma. It's about popularity. Whether you like it or not, that's what politics is all about.
Yep.
How do you think a senator without a record like Barack Obama was able to navigate himself to Washington, D.C. without a single accomplishment? Because he was a brilliant marketer. He was able to sell himself. Yeah, you can spend money on some stuff we call voter perception survey, but you don't have a legitimate company. Up to now, there is no radio station, no TV station. You don't have a coherent message up to now. Look, if you can really pay attention, Cummings' wife is more of a campaigner than Cummings himself. Have you noticed that? That Teresa Cummings lady, when she among the women, do you see how she operates? If you can observe her body language, she can connect. Cummings does not connect. That's the reality. And he has been shown you cannot be running your games of die that cannot even keep himself awake and up to the narrative. He can control the narrative. Come on, bro. You can do better than that. And I'm not only talking about you, I'm talking about mobilization, I'm talking about your team, I'm talking about the strategy, I'm talking about the marketing. It's just not there. That's why Cummings is not breaking through. Yeah, we can make a whole idea of in Liberia, they got legacy politics, they let the corrupt people that have been sitting for the army for a very long time. But equally so, your performances is not catching up to the reality on ground. You got to up your game, and that's just the hard truth. I know most of my ANC people will not want to accept that, but that's just the reality because Cummings have been in Liberia since 2014. If you cannot break free, and one thing I know about Cummings, he doesn't take advantage of low-hanging fruit. There are a lot of things. Look, that case with the auditors, whether it's about the economy. I mean, you cannot come from corporate, you work your way up, and Liberia is one of the poorest countries in the world with all these low-hanging fruit, and you cannot take advantage of it. Then tell me, who are you? Like I said, I will not question Cummings on your ability to lead. But equally so, to get that job, you got to be a skillful campaigner and a marketer, and I just don't see it in him for some reason. I just hope he can up his game a little bit, but I guess the reality of the situation. That's why Unity Party still control the conversation for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, folks, there you have it. Let me say this.
I got one more. You want me to take that one? Because we're
Yeah,
going
please.
to caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from? 267 number.
Hey, Sheku, how are you? My name is George. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, you said something, right? You said the AMC, who the CPP, they are the one that pushing, they are the one that because all of the PP they lose is coming among CPP. Let me tell you, Sheku, we also have been talking about Unity Party by now. Unity Party was already dead. Everybody was dead for 2019. Shut down. But everybody was dead. And when we said that we keep as force, like the need for change, then we allow for Joseph Party to take over today. And he said something, Steve said something. We were playing kind, behaving like to say, that was quite the whole issue. It's not the United Party. Unity Party with the party for 2 years. There's no opportunity. Attack the people. Bring ourselves forward. AMC never did it. The Unity Party said the player coaster and who said they sport, they character rat, they sport, they could be there. Bad propaganda against it. Then today we stay there, playing card.
Yeah.
They spend the money for job value. If you should come on high in that statement, you see, they will use that statement now to spoil repetition of the coming election. They say we told the men to come to cover United States. No. They will use that statement propaganda against it very soon when it starts.
Thank you.
They get tinted the making of Liberia people. So use it very soon. Hit UP very
I got someone on international calls have been on hold for 5 minutes. I forget. Yeah, go ahead quickly, brother. Quickly, close. We gotta go now.
Yeah. And tax the UP very hard. Long time when they finish. Because of what they change. We need new breed. You can only be equipped with new change. What will be your party can be for opportunity?
Yeah, but United Party now projecting themselves as the alternative. Alternative to the CDC because the other opposition are playing it safe, thinking that okay, we gotta play it safe. So yeah. My brother, thank you. We gotta leave it there. We gotta take other calls. The conversation will continue tomorrow. This person, I think this is international call from Europe. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from? I keep my eyes on it, brother. There are a lot of people calling. So, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Norway.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
All right. I listened to you, especially regarding Mr. Cummings. You started the conversation right. I think your diagnosis was correct by saying whole system is fighting some sort of new system. I agree with you, Mr. Cummings has some chances, but if you can really conduct your survey and look at the entire opposition, Cummings has the only person that all of them are fighting, from your own CPP to the government and what have you. If the people knew that Cummings has no value in their ballot politics, the last time you listened to Jefferson Cookey, from among the opposition, he said we want ANC, and he was asked, but just say this man here, he's not new in the politics and what have you. Why do you want? He said yes, because we want people, somebody who will help us to build this country. So I think the actual problem is that the old guys are fighting the new guy.
Thank you.
Cummings has been the only opposition. For instance, right after 2017 election, Mr. Cummings was the only opposition member who went. That's why he didn't win a single seat in the legislature before his own.
My brother, I want you to address the issue quickly. We got to go now.
Yeah. So I mean, the way you guys are looking at it, it's supposed to be everywhere. You can find Baka, pickers, and motor bicycles all over the counties and what have you. The problem is the people are fighting the man. So at least we got to look at it from that perspective. He has been the only person who been fighting down even to when the crisis came that has to do with COVID-19. You could see the man pickers everywhere, feeding him all these people here. The man distributing medical supplies to hospitals, helping the government paying some of the striking health workers and what have you.
Thank you.
So let's give him what he has been doing.
All right, no problem.
The old system, the new system.
All right, thank you, sir. Hey, this caller here, 216, are you there?
Mr. Kana, are you there? Yes. Folks, can you hear Sekou? Because I'm not hearing him. Yeah, I think he got kicked out. Well, and Sita, this is some of the things we said. Look at what Sita wrote. These are some of the things we're talking. And this is the opportunity for ANC people to call and explain some of the things. I don't know who kicked you out. Some of the things they are doing in the bureau.
Somebody trying to hack, and I'm getting the
for this upcoming election.
So Steve, can you hear me?
I put out a post about what Sita wrote, and I think that is the truth. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's take this caller, and then we will close it. Yeah, let's take this caller. The caller with the 216 number. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, Gabriel Jagger from Ohio.
Go ahead quickly.
I am a sedition, but in the opposition, Comey is the best. I support Georgia. Why will Liberians think Joseph Boakai, that being in power for all the long years, will do better for Liberia? All the guys see Gami are criminals, also criminals. Comey, I see Comey as the only alternative in the opposition. And what I see you guys doing, you're not working your way out to get rid of Boakai. I see you're trying to talk of this and this and that.
No, we are not opposition. We are not opposition. Listen. Hey, listen. My brother, listen. Hello.
All the money he makes, you cannot save it.
You're not hearing me. I don't hear for that. We are not the one to be doing a job for the CPP or for ANC. We are not the one. We are not opposition. We are media institution. We don't support any. We are not supporting anybody. Anybody win, that's it. All we do to provide information for the Liberian people. That's all we do. Caller on this other line here. What is your name and where are you calling from? No, not you. Talking about the line 5053. Caller 5053.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me, Sekou?
Yes, you're live.
Yeah. I just want to make my point.
What is your name?
What I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Lawrence. I'm calling from Canada.
All right, go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah. So what I think is that the CPP should do more, because we are not a rebel group. Where I support the CPP. So we are not rebel groups that we should be signing peace or call with the Unity Party or the CDC or what have you. We are all striving to achieve the same outcome, to win the presidency and become the ruling party. So they should go at the Unity Party, go hard at the CDC, and what happens. Liberian people should decide. But the idea that the politicians should come together, form an accord and say, if I don't win, and so I will support this party, I'll support that party. There are a lot of citizens that voted for the CDC. They're not happy. And they have good reason to vote out the Unity Party because they were corrupt. The resources were not evenly divided. The Liberian people, usually Liberian people are not stupid. They're very, very smart people. And so there were good reasons why they voted out the Unity Party. Then the CPP come back, we're supposed to be the new breed, and say, oh, you know what? We're going to support them in the second round. How do you think the disenfranchised citizens will feel? They were shot out live bullets. People were killed just for exercising their democratic rights. And they say, oh, they were Grenadier people, they were disturbing the peace. No. So these are the same people that want to sign peace accord with and support them in the second round. We should not do that. We should be distinguishing ourselves from the rest of the people. This is a political war. There's no way. We should not even assure them we support them. If the party know that I'm not going to support in the second round, they're going to implode because they're not going to win. They're going to collapse. So the whole thing is a trick. We got to go hard against them.
I mean, thank you. I think people should stop calling now because we're not going to be taking a lot of calls.
Yeah, we can't be here. I don't.
A lot of calls coming. I think. Yeah, myself too. So this person will be the last person here. I think this is Mr. Mawulo. Mr. Mawulo, go ahead. Please, people, stop calling now. We're going to come back tomorrow. Mr. Mawulo, quickly, 1 minute. We're doing okay. Quickly, 1 minute, sir.
Listen, we hear what you're saying, but Sekou, when you speak as if you have done the research, then that's wrong. Because there is nobody can come and tell me that the CPP doesn't have offices in every single district in that country. That's not true. When the people are saying we don't know them, Liberian people got one issue. They don't demand that same thing on anybody else. Why? Because they hear that companies are millionaires. So he's just supposed to be passing around delivering money to everybody. It's not going to happen. This thing is not for companies. It's about Liberian people suffering. If they don't feel that they're suffering, then let them vote for John Weah or John Weah Part 2, which is the UP. But if they know that their life is in turmoil and they have been suffering for the past 18 years now, because when you are having
18. Then they will vote for a change. Listen, we here, we just say we accept the criticism or the places that we have, where we are slipping a little bit. But the thing is that the people are not all running this. Yes, we got people all running. I don't know there's 3 weeks to go. We got people all over it. But in no country, you will find every single village, you will go find somebody they know.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, some of them are lazy. They're not moving around, and we're putting fire under them to move around. But as things come closer, these things are very, very expensive in Liberia. And as things come closer, the intensity grows. But these people that are making all the noise, the Unity Party, they got to make noise because they're doing nothing. They are nowhere, they're doing nothing. You're talking about cars, motorcycle, where are they? Nowhere, zero. So the competition is just starting, and nobody is sitting up on Unity Party. If they think they're coming to talk about party unity or opposition, no, they're the opposition. We're going to attack them, we're going to deal with them, and we need for them to lead their vice president, who is the president in waiting, and then we will claim on them.
All right, thank you.
Playing a different kind of politics here.
Thank you, Mr. Magolo. We got to leave it there.
Political science and the politics. So we're working. It's just not open in the air because these people are being attacked all the time, and that's what they tell us. So there are a lot of silent voters that we're dealing with, and it will come when it's time.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Steve, back to you. No more interruption, and let's make it. Let's call it a day and share whatever you wanted to say there.
I'll be very brief tomorrow. Hopefully, I feel a lot better so that we can have this conversation. But thank you for the conversation. Thanks to the callers and the listeners and the viewers. We'll be back tomorrow by the grace of God. The only thing I want to say is, in life, it's good to identify who's for you and who's not for you. It is good. Once you do that, then you know maybe how to navigate and where to go, where not to go. I have said this and I remain consistent in what I said. You and somebody can be running for the same thing. And you lay yourself down or you lay your guard down. Or you forget about yourself. The Unity Party won't come back to power. Mr. Alexander Cummings won't be president. There should be no way you should be having any discussion, entertaining any kind of conversation about Joseph Human Boakai being president and calling Cummings. Even the thought that he should, to even embrace that conversation that you call Cummings, is dishonoring. Joseph Human Boakai made it clear, Cummings has made it clear. To tell you, let me tell you something, to tell you that there is no formal enemy, that the Unity Party, if you're banging on the Unity Party supporting you in second round, to tell you that it will never happen. Joseph Boakai has never openly committed to supporting the CPP. Even when he was in CPP, he will always say he's the only one that can defeat we are. When he left the CPP, when he was even quizzed on the possibility, he has never openly committed to that. The Unity Party has in their mind after 2017 that you never supported them. What thing will make them to want to support you? And I see you're passing around playing safe. You think this is cooperating or this is church? Let me tell you something. If you ever to take shot, Joseph Boakai, take shot him. There's nothing wrong with it. You can take shot Jowia, take shot Jowia. The politics you're not in religion. I'm supposed to be passing around. You see Joseph Boakai people calling Cummings criminal defendant. You see it? Oh, you see it? They wrote it. And they're clear about it. They're emphatic. Joseph Boakai, after Costa attacked Cummings and the CPP, and Joseph Boakai was behind Costa, they were passing around. You know why Joseph Boakai condemned Costa for doing that? Why he was in the CPP? You know why you before? You not see it before? And you're so down there, your thing say you're smart. Your thing say that joking thing here. When you're ready, and the party say we might be safer. My people here tune it down, and the party say we might be safer. Carry your saver in your living room. If you want to win the election, you got to do some radical moves. You got to get on your feet, and you got to address the issue. Don't be afraid. What will happen will happen. What you got to? What really you have to lose again? The people have already told you that they're on their side. They've taken their side. Look, let me tell you something. When you get to second round, people will decide where to go. they don't necessarily have to fall in line with you. So the sooner you wake up and you understand that you're in politics, the better it will be for you. And United Party is your biggest problem. Than not CDC. Just so you're here today. United Party is your biggest problem. And the slowness that in CPP. Tomorrow I will talk about it. Me, I will. And you're here from Sekou tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be the guest. Sekou will guest today. I'll be the guest tomorrow. The slowness that in CPP you need to wake up. Even Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence. You should have reached out to her after everything. There is nothing wrong. And you're peaceful. You're passing around, you're sucking up to United Party pool. That's Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, you can suck up to. You can reach out to. So you're going to advocate that only one group of people you can reach out to. Let me say again, you don't need a United Party to win the election in Labrador. Let me say it to you. You don't need a United Party to win the election in Labrador. You don't need a United Party. If you can't see anybody that will support you, cross United Party out. Seditious will support Alexander Cummings before United Party partisans support him. And here today, seditious will support ANC and CPP before they support United Party. United Party people will not support Alexander Cummings. You go away with that. You go away. You should have reached out to Yombli. What did you say now on the phone? What did for? What did happen? You get part of Yombli with you, which is the Liberty Party. What will happen if Mr. Alexander Cummings will die if you reach out to Yombli and you face the thing and you move on? He will die. Politics and strategy. You be strategic. You move on. The thing was that Yombli Kanga did wrong. We've told her she did it wrong. And I will continue to say it. The plot she wrong. But the best bet you can do, then to step on your game, you need to identify who's against you and who is for you. The Liberty Party is the way to the presidency. Now, no Joseph Boaka, that no United Party. Yeah, they're not Joseph Boaka, they're not United Party. I stand with that prediction. Liberty Party is the way to the presidency. Your man, your fences, your move on with your life. United Party not going nowhere. All that you're doing, I predict on the show here today. The noise are coming from that foolishness after Friday. And you will see. The noise are coming from. In fact, the land business. There is another land issue. There is another land corrupt issue that Joseph Boaka did again. It will come out. Y'all keep the video today. It will come out. It coming out after Friday. And you'll watch and see. Mr. Kenneth tomorrow will be on the show. We'll be here tomorrow.
So, Steve, thank you so much for shining light on some of those things. And let me say this before we go. I saw something. Somebody said, "Oh, I'm so disappointed in Sekou today." I think, like I said initially, some of you are very comfortable thinking that we are ANC or ANC supporter. You are mistaken. We are not. Let me be emphatic. Let me be clear with you. It was not clear enough. I'm not supporting nobody. I am not part of any party. I'm not part of any party. And my support is open to anybody who will do the best thing for Liberia. So if you think we telling truth or speaking truth to ANC or to Cummings, to CPP, if that makes you feel uncomfortable being on SKTV, then I'm sorry, you don't have to be here. We will speak truth to Cummings. We will speak truth to Boakai, as well as George Weah. We are not ANC platform. If you support us because we are doing good things for Liberia, that's fine. But if your support is because you think that we are ANC, then you are mistaken. We are not ANC. I just want you to be clear with that. If Cummings is going to be the good person for Liberia to change Liberia, if we decide to make our decision who to support, it could be him. If Boakai is going to be the one to change Liberia to make Liberia better, it could be him. If Joe are going to change to make things better for Liberia, it could be him. We are not committed to anybody. We have not committed to anybody. We are open to supporting anybody if you do the right thing and if we see you having the best approach to change Liberia. We will speak truth to power just as we do every day to George Weah, just as we do every day to Komis, to Buakai, we will do the same thing for Komis. I feel that you guys are so comfortable. If you're not doing the right thing, Komis and Mr. Mawolo and all the other people, the ANC people, that you can be in denial, can live in denial forever. That's fine. You think you're doing everything good and everything going good for you, then that's fine. But we are speaking based on facts, on reality on the ground. People who are in Liberia, the same people that are calling or telling us how they feel about you. Not people who are against you, but people who are supporting you. They feel that you are not doing enough to reach out to them. And nobody is asking Komi to start sharing money around to people in Liberia, Mr. Mawolo. Nobody said that. If you have that money to do it, that's up to you. But what we are saying, your presence to be felt. And that cannot be done without money. You cannot print thousands of flyers to plant it in every corner in Liberia. That requires money. You cannot have your presence felt on every single radio station on a daily basis, or having people have surrogates going to radio station on a daily basis. That requires money. Nobody's telling you. You guys can be so dismissive and disrespectful. Liberian people don't want you to go and share money with people to stay in line to give it to them. That's not what we are saying here. What we are saying, make your presence felt. Reach out to people. And to reach out, it requires money. Reach out to relevant people, people who can speak, people who can talk to Liberian people and they listen. Reach out to them. Let them openly be there as a surrogate to campaign for you. Just we are campaigning every day. Campaign is not officially open, but people are still campaigning. Reach out to people who matter. Don't have those people that are sitting in offices making themselves comfortable, making it look like they're the one can make Komi president. No, they're not the one that's going to make Komi president. If Komi is going to be president, it's going to be the Liberian people. And whatever you can do to reach out to the Liberian people, that's what you should do. To come here and say nobody got money to be dishing around, that's your business. We don't care. Nobody's telling you should be sharing money with people. Okay? So once again, thank you to everybody for watching the show. This show will continue tomorrow. And hopefully, some of you will listen. You will understand exactly what we are talking about here. And again, your campaign should be against Unity Party, because Unity Party are the one that are fighting for the same position, is to go for the second round. Whoever go for the second round will be competing with George Weah. But if you lose your focus on George Weah right now, you're focused on George Weah when you go to the second round. But the person that is trying to force you not even to go to the second round is the Unity Party. So your fight, your contrast should be drawn between you and the Unity Party. Unity Party is your major opponent. If you can't do that, then you have no competition in Liberia. Thank you. Steve?
Well, thank you, folks. We'll be back tomorrow by the grace of God.
Let me see some ANC people coming here to attack me, man.
They'll attack you for what?
That's your business. You disappointed me, that's fine. That's fine. Every day, you people are disappointed in me. Every day, you see these people are disappointed in me because we speak truth to them. We speak truth to Komis. If you are disappointed, that's your business. I don't care. I think we are helping you guys for telling you the truth. If we all sit there and lie to you, making it to look like everything is fine, Komis is going to be elected, this and that, tomorrow you'll be crying. See you, man.
Well, I got him, Mr. Kane. I'll see you in a little bit here.
Okay.
All right. So, folks, that is there. You want to get your feeling, we not care. And you can't do nothing. That's the most important part. We'll say the truth. We'll continue to say the truth. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, folks. We appreciate you. All the party then today will be in their feeling. Oh, good night.
I be a local. So moral. You post a new car on Facebook. But I so la la. You working better. Loving you, I can get that say you photo. My ever.
Learn.
Yeah, it's
Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me.
Bombe oh, find a friend like me. Bombe jene oh, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me.
Hey, see bestie. Your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la bestie. Find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to wealthy. Find a friend like me. I hear them say they want me go. I say
Some of them say they want me go.
I say
Some friends you la oh. Some friends you la oh. Some friends you la oh. Friends you la oh. Hey, see bestie. Your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la bestie. Find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to